Steel air, white light, floor like stone. Pressure weights in the ribs. Weight becomes weather. Silence turns solid. Activate. Seal focus. Set gravity. No drift. Boots, plant, spine stacks, hands chalk, calm exact. Frost film on the bar, pulse stay square, no flare. Slow engine starts inside a massive door, slide shut. Polar bear mode. Mass in motion. Clean line, hard spine. Polar bear mode. Beauty break control, no rush, full load. Hear the room compress, metal breath, short and thick. Thoughts get trimmed to edges, noise falls off like snow. Each rep is a stamp, each step is a claim. The body gets heavier, steadier, a cold crawl from behind the eyes. Lock frame. Hold center. Cut axis. Drive through. Ice on the knuckles. White glare on the plates. Minutes fold into one beat. The set becomes a corridor. No exit sign. Polar bear mode. Mass in motion. Clean line, hard spine. Polar bear mode. Beauty break control. No rush, full load. A breath like a hammer. A stare like a shield. Shoulders stay level. Knees track true. The bar rises, strict slow. The world narrows to a single rail. Frost sparks off steel. Time obeys the count. Rhyme on lashes. Breath turns into crystals. The grip never argues. The frame never begs. It simply moves. Anchor, press, repeat. On the axis. Polar bear mode. Mass in motion. Clean line, hard spine. Polar bear mode. Beauty break control. No rush, full load. The air stays sharp. The core stays still. A heavy calm remains. White force. Pack tight. One more surge, no slack. No trimmer, no spill. 0 hour white horizon. Concrete sweats rhyme. A low drum writes the law. No mercy, no drama. Only load and order. Scene one! A line of breath hangs in front of the mouth. It does not fade. It stays like a mark on glass. The chest feels slow. The heart stays even. The room feels smaller. Northbound hold. Clamp the frame. Set the pace. Keep it sealed. Cold pressure. Keep the column straight. Cold pressure. Let the mind go flat. No spark, no sway. Just a locked rhythm. Scene 2. Plates click like distant ice. The bar floats above the hooks. A shadow crosses the mirrors. Hands close. Exact wrists align. The lift begins without a shout. It is pure mechanics. The air tastes like iron. Lights hum above the rack. Sweat turns to salt. Jaw clenched. Quiet. North wind memory in the ears. One rule remains. Pressure stays unbroken. Titan. 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 Center. Drive. Set it down. Cold pressure. Keep the column. straight. Cold pressure.
Permafrost runs under the skin. Not pain, not fear. A numb focus, heavy and clean, a long corridor of reps. Each breath is a valve, each step is a measured stamp. The ceiling feels lower, the body stays steady anyway. Pray! A second hand snaps, the tempo pulls forward. Nothing loosens, nothing leaks, the set keeps biting! Do not bend, do not drift. Maintain the line, maintain the load. Hold your pressure, hold pressure. Keep the column straight, hold pressure. Let the mind go flat, no spark, no sway, just a locked rhythm. Just a locked rhythm, flat, no spark, no sway, just a locked rhythm. Ending scene. Hoarfrost on the forearms. Breathe like smoke in a tunnel. Eyes fixed, quiet. Work continues, relentless. Oh wait! Oh calm! Pulse, hard, floor, no glow, no flash, only a tight count, only a clean start.
A low wave crawls in, fills the bones, sets the room in place.
Scene one, a dim corridor of steel. Breath short, eyes clear, frost on the railings. Hands move with zero waste. The first plates land, not loud, not proud. Just exact. Collect, compress, stay quiet, and wait. Scene two. Minutes stacked like bricks, each tick adds density. Every rep is a small seal, every set is a new layer. The mirror shows less, the core shows more. Silence gets heavier, a low brass bite. A short punch of air, the spine stays tall, the stance stays even. Long strike, silent strength. Accumulate, no signal, no parade. Silent strength, accumulate. Cold craft, heavy made. Store it, pack it, keep it tight. Build it, build it, build it. Keep it tight, build it. Scene three. Doors shut in the mind, outside noise turns distant. Inside a vault, locks closed, the bar rises smooth and slow. The breath goes in lines, the pulse stays square. A calm pressure grows, it does not ask, it simply expands. The low end thickens, it turns into a wall. The body leans into it, the body becomes it. No sway, no drift, no slack in the chain. A straight rhythm, great run, a straight path. Hold the seal, hold the column, hold the mass. Final hook, silent strength, accumulate. No signal, no parade. Silent strength, accumulate. Cold craft, heavy made. Silent strength, accumulate. No, Cybele, no parade. Scene, rhyme on the lashes, grip like a clamp. The set ends, not the pressure. It stays inside, packed tight, ready for the next door. Impact, stone beat, airtight, room bends.
A deep tone holds the ground. It does not move. It makes everything else obey.
Scene one.
A rack in harsh light. Metal cold, almost blue. Chalk dust hangs low. The bar looks thicker than usual. Footsteps slow, measured. No rush enters this moment.
Plan, brace, stay rooted, stand true. Scene true. Brass hits like a mallet. Shoulder set, hands locked in. The leap begins, not a burst, a steady rise. Knees track clean, back stays solid. The weight settles on the frame refuses to bend. A grid of drums, strict, no swing, A gritty hiss of iron, chains in the distance, a faint scrape of plates. The room feels smaller again, the body stays bigger. Breath goes controlled, jaw stays shut, I stay fat. Carry it, own it, no wobble, no yield. Stand under load. Hold the line. Stand under load. Cold spine. Stand under load. Weight stays mine. Stand under load. The low end swells. It presses on the ribs. It turns calm into force. Free hook. Each kick is a stamp. Each stamp says steady. Each beat says remain.
Stabilize, maintain.
Do not fold. Do not fade.
Final scene,
The heaviest point arrives. The bar stops at the peak. A breath holds in the chest. Time slows to a single frame. Then the motion continues. Control down. Control up. The weight learns a rule. The rule is posture. Final hook. Stand under load. Hold the line. Stand under load. Hold spine. Stand under load. Weight stays mine. Sharp strike, cold start. Metal speaks and clicks. The room tightens fast. Control stays first.
a sub pulse smooths like lungs. And hold out, not soft, just managed. Scene 1, fluorescent glare on plates, ice air on the throat, a bar waits like a rule. The lift begins with a measured inhale, the chest becomes a chamber, the ribs become a cage, the tempo stays strict, the face stays calm, and through still. Hold the core, out with force, keep the vibe. Scene 2, psycho hits like heavy doors, each hit demands structure. The set climbs without noise, a slow breath cuts through pressure. A long breath locks the spine, the body turns into a pillar. Low brass taps, exact, a short punch, a clean stamp. Free hook, shakers like ice grains, times like deep steps. Sweat forms, but the breath stays on. Heat rises, but the rhythm stays calm. Draw, seal, drive, release. Draw, seal, drive, release. Breathe, slow and deep. Hold the line inside. Breathe, slow and deep. Let the pressure rise. Breathe, slow and deep. No panic, no leak. Only steady power, only clean repeat. Scene 3, the low end thickens the air. The lungs work like pistons. A silent count marks each phase. Inhale, build space, hold, turn solid, exhale, move weight. The bar rises with the breath. The breath rises with the bar. The breath rises with the bar. Break. The breath rises with the bar. Break. Kicks hit harder. The room shakes once the chest stays controlled. The frame stays tight. Command the inhale, command the hold, command the release. Hold the cycle. Final hold. Breathe, slow and deep. Hold the line inside. Breathe, slow and deep. Let the pressure rise. Breathe, slow and deep. No panic, no leak. Only steady power, only clean repeat. Aldro scene. Rim on the breath cloud. Grip locked, eyes steady. The last rep lands clean. Control stays. After the set. queen who die. Cold drum law, no extra motion, no wasted sound. A tight sub sits under the steps. It holds the ground in place, it never spills. Scene one, a wide white space outside the windows inside. A narrow lane of steel, the bar moves on rails, breath stays quiet, eyes stay level, the room can shake, the posture does not. Keep it sharp, keep it sharp, keep it exact, stay above heat. Scene two. Stabs like ice picks, short, clean, precise. A lift begins unhurried, not slow from doubt, slow from control. The weight tests angles stay perfect. The set becomes a measured hunt. Drums locked to a grid, every hit lands dead center. No sway in the timing, clicks like a timer in a vault. Each click says steady, each click says stay composed. Cut the noise, cut the flare, hold the gaze, hold the axis. Maintain predatory calm, quiet teeth, firm hand. Maintain predatory calm, still breath, steady stand. Maintain predatory calm, no rush, no storm, only control that stays warm. Scene three. The bass turns into a clamp. It presses the ribs, it presses the floor. The body answers with stillness. Shoulders set, hips square, foot pressure, even a heavy rep rises like a glacier, unstoppable, unshaken. Kick hits like a stamp, stamp says stable, stamp says remain. Stay measured, stay sealed, stay dominant. Stay calm. Final hook. Maintain predatory calm. Quiet teeth, firm hand. Maintain predatory calm. Still breath, steady stance. Maintain predatory calm. No rush, no storm. Only control that stays warm. Outro scene. The heaviest moment passes. The calm remains. The room exhales late. The posture never did. Frost on the bar, light on the plates. No sprint, no scatter, only exact motion. Heavy breath in, heavy breath out. Pressure settles in the ribs, a slow tide under the floor. The room turns narrow, the mind turns clean. Steps are measured, grip is sealed, elbows track straight. Every inch has a cost, every inch gets paid. Lion handler, keep the line, hold the angle, own the tempo. Move like a glacier, unbothered, unshaken. Ceiling lights glare like Arctic stars. The bench is stone, the air is thin. The weight speaks in blunt numbers. No drama, no mercy, just math. A count begins without words. 1, 3, shoulders lock, lots bite. The bar travels clean. Metal clicks, chains of sound. Each impact is a stamp in snow. No wasted sway, no wobble. Stillness inside the strain. Plate keeper, hold center. Do not spill power. Do not chase speed. Make force look easy. Make control look fatal. The set continues, no air pockets, no soft corners, no detours. The pulse keeps pushing forward. Heat builds
flames under the skin, not loud, not wild. A dense furnace behind the stern and a slow burn that never flickers. Cold hits, 2 anchors, feet root deeper back, presses into the pad. The bar obeys. Cold architect, finalize the rep, smooth path, heavy finish. Cleft the shake, let the weight learn patience. A polar shadow moves through the room, wide, quiet, certain. It does not hurry, it arrives, and the air moves aside. Blast, blast, brass, tight, jaw, clear, eyes. Iron passes the sticking point, not stolen, not burned, not cut with no run. The bar racks, silence returns. Breath fogs, then clears, only pressure remains. Stored, ready, controlled. Stored, ready, controlled.
A grid snaps into place. Boots on rubber, drums on bone. The first beat lands like a marker in ice.
Low current custom pull a river under a frozen sheet. It never pauses, it never asks. Strings drive like gears, repeat, repeat, repeat. A machine that hates excuses but speaks not every emotion, every name of
Cadence warden, keep it locked. Same pace, same bite. Let the beat become a rail. Ride the rail.
no drip. Brass cuts and sharp blocks like distant horns over white plains. Short signals, clean warnings, stay inside the pattern. Toes align like marching steps. Snare like a stand, kick like a hammer. Everything clicks, everything fits.
Metallic ticks like ice cracking far away. Not fear, just feedback.
The system is alive. The system stays strict.
Tempo anchor.
Hold the chain. No surge, no fade. Make every second identical. Turn effort into a loop that wins. No switch, no reset. Same traction. The body burns, yet the clock stays cold. Down, next stays cold. Hold, next stays cold.
Stay steady, a heartbeat that refuses panic. The drum that refuses mercy. Consistency becomes the weapon.
Hold a metronome, continue, hold the lane. Let fatigue talk alone. You answer with timing.
Minutes stretch like an endless ridge. Snowfield lights, breath fog, hands chalk, eyes forward. The rhythm is a spine you can lean on.
At the peak, nothing changes. Same beat, same drive. The body begs for a break. The pattern denies it without anger. One final strike, clean cut. Silence drops like a curtain of frost. The rhythm stays inside the chest, still ticking, steady unmoved. Boop, 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 ready again. Yeah. Cold ground, hard air, clear start. The first hit lands like a steak in ice. Nothing floats, open slips. Only weight and the floor agreeing.
A low hum spreads under the ribs. Not a roar, steady depth. It holds the spine, it holds the choice.
Wide strings push like wind against stone. The room feels larger yet tighter. Focus narrows to one line, a line that never bends.
Cornerstone, set the stance, root the breath, lock the frame, make the next move inevitable.
Brass drops in thick slabs like doors closing, like pillars setting a boundary around doubt.
Toms march with equal steps. Snare snaps with the same distance. The beat refuses drama and repeats until it becomes law.
Metal grinds low, slow, heavy, a distant mill, turning in the dark. Every rotation says the same thing. Hold. Bedrock keepers stay composed. No sway, no chase, but a bass that outlasts noise. Let pressure become comfort.
The drum does not fall away. It thickens, it stays wide. It stays straight.
The dense like packed snow, not messy, compact. A solid mass that carries power, hidden engine that never stalls. Kick hits like a hammer on granite. One strike, then another feet stay planted, and hits stay sure. Pillar maker, become the base. Do not bar stability, manufacture it. Stand so firm, the room adjusts. Time slows inside effort. Grit becomes measured steam. The body turns into structure. Decisions turn into steel. Final load arrives with full gravity. Shoulders carry with no plate. The core stays quiet. The mind stays colder than the weight. Sound stops, the bass remains. A silent platform under every next rep.
Impact breaks the frost line. Tempo snaps like a flag in polar wind. The system switches on. Everything sharpens at once. Bass climbs fast like pressure in a sealed chamber. It rises, chest tightens into power. Blood turns into fuel. Strings racing tight lanes. No wonder, no drift. The sound pulls forward like traction on ice that finally bites. Gate open now. Cut, hesitation, shift in the output. Move with precision at speed. Brass hits like flashing signals. Short, hard, repeated. A siren without panic. A command without word. War drum stack on war drum. Taiko thumps like distant avalanches. Intro hits them the air. The rhythm becomes a conveyor. Metal strikes keep coming, not chaotic schedule. Ancient marks a step higher. A step climbs closer to peak. Overclock, hold the line. No retreat in the cadence. Keep the drive clean. Make effort look automatic. Drop hits and reloads instantly. No gap, no mercy, pause. The next wave is already rising. The engine never idle. Distortion blooms like heat under ice. It burns through stiffness. It thickens the moment. It turns strain into thrust. Kick snaps quicker, tighter. A rapid hammering rhythm. Legs feel lighter, get stronger. Hands feel locked to the tag. Work apex, stay inside it. Do not glance sideways. Do not negotiate. Execute at maximum. The peak holds, it does not fade. Breath is sharp. Vision is narrow. Everything unnecessary falls away. Only output remains. Cut silence. The aftershock stays in the bones. Yeah. Yeah. Cold snap, clean and clear start. The room is quiet but not soft. Air feels sharp, timing feels exact. Bass sits tight like a clenched core. No spill, no smear, a straight line under the floor. Measured pressure in the chest. Strings move like rulers, tick to tick, step to step. No swing, no sway, everything stays in lane. Angle master set the pack, grip stay sealed, hips stay stacked, make the motion surgical. Brass hits in small, hard cuts, not wide, not loud, just enough to mark the turn, just enough to sharpen the eye. Drums hit and vanish, no echoes to hide behind. Each strike stands alone, each strike is accountable. Clicks count the seconds like ice picks. One mark, next mark. A metronome made of steel, the tempo becomes a cage. Trajectory keeper stay exact. No extra inch, no loose shoulder. Control the descent, own the return. The drum arrives with no break. presses tighter, a sealed chamber, pressure held under control, power stored, not wasted. Tick is defined, sharp, deliberate. It lands in the same place every time, like a stamp on frozen ground. Calm operator, keep it clean. Silence the shake, eliminate the drift. Let control be the threat. Sweat forms, but the mind stays cold. Breath cut slow through the nose. The body moves like machinery. One purpose, one track. At peak, nothing breaks form. The weight tries to pull chaos in. Control pushes it out. A perfect rep, then another. Exact power, no noise. Rack stillness, the room stays sharp. Control stays sharper. What? Girl stays sharper. The drop ball rise with no break. No, don't take shots. The piano ride with no break.
Impact hits like a door slamming shut. The session turns into a sealed space. No exit for doubt. Only force in the front.
Bass holds long, thick, steady, deep seal under the ribs. Like ice forming over water, nothing leaks out. Strings keep driving with the mercy, not frantic, not wild, persistent, mechanical, forward, a motor, the road that confuses the cool. Stay binder, lock it in, hold the posture, hold the rhythm, make strength a setting, not a moment. Brass lands, heavy block by block, like slabs of stone, stacking each hit adds structure. Each hit confirms the mode. Go twist, clamps down on timing, no new space, no soft edges, every strike with the grit like teeth. Industrial impact, stamp the air, metal meets metal. The sound feels like a press closing, power gets pinned in place. Finish forge, keep it steady, do not chase the rust, do not loosen at the top, hold the power like a valve. Bow, 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 bow. Hold the power like a valve. Drop. 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 Drop hits and stays reinforced. No silence, no drift. The track keeps pushing as one solid block. Saturation thickens into a dark wall. Dense heat under polar calm. A controller with no flicker. Strength becomes weight in the air. Kick doubles down. Lower tactics, deeper feet. Till both and breath feels anchored. The body becomes a platform. Power archivist, seal the session. Lock the state, carry it out intact. Leave no loose ends. Beat stays held like a firm grip. No fade, no softness. The last phase is pure pressure, pure control. Final step for your ride. Everything tight eyes. Good. Good. Core brace, neck long, eyes clear. The mode is complete. The work is stamped into the system. Cut. Silence, but the power stays locked.